How amazing does it feel to be around other people who both inspire you and support you? People who will welcome you as you are right now, but they also give you space for growth and change. I had no idea how this felt a few years ago. I, for years, had been not very honest with both myself and others about my relationship to pot and alcohol. And when I decided that I wanted to make a change, I took this look around and I realized I do not know any other women like me. I did have this one friend from work. He had given up both pot and alcohol and was now very deeply into meditation. But, he was married with a couple of kids, and I thought, I don't think this is really going to work out for him and I to start spending a lot of time together. Things have changed. I realize now that there are a lot of women out there who are very much like me. Just this last week at this meeting that we had for our 21-day gratitude challenge, one of the members shared with us something that she had come up with. She was feeling some resentment towards these people that she really felt like should be appreciating her more. So what she did was she wrote a letter to herself that was a letter of appreciation. And I asked her, how does it feel to share this with us? And she said, I'm actually sweating a little bit because this is not something that I normally would share with people, but I feel like this is something that I could share with you. And we were all just laughing and smiling because we thought that was an amazing idea. That letter of appreciation was an amazing idea. There's another member who told us that she had found a group for yoga, she found a group for dance, she found a community for her writing. So she had communities for all of those things, but she didn't have a community for sobriety. And then when she found my sober girlfriends, she was like, okay, this is it. There was another member who told us that, so she'd been sober for a little while, but she still had been really kind of resisting integrating that sobriety and accepting it, that it was part of her. And she said it was joining our community. That is what helped her to really integrate that part of her into herself. And it's because we celebrate sobriety as a way for us to be able to become the person that we were truly meant to be. We do not think of sobriety as a punishment. So I myself have been free of alcohol and pot for 3.5 years. I was a pretty high achieving person. I was doing well in a lot of areas of my life, but I had finally come up against the idea that it was my alcohol and my pot use that really was holding me back. And so when I stopped using it, that's when I just dove right into personal development. I started reading books and taking classes and going to workshops. And then I finally realized that the one thing that was really missing that I truly craved and I knew that was essential for other people also to live what Brene Brown calls a wholehearted life is to have these authentic relationships within this supportive, inspiring community. And so that's when I turned all of my attention to studying this concept of authentic relationships. So I've already had this background, I have a master's in education. I'd been a teacher for a few years, and then I moved into adult education and training. And I had done some studying of what it takes for people to make these transformational changes and shifts in their life. But I took all of that background and everything in me to just focus on what does it take for people to create these authentic relationships. So what I would like to do now is to share with you a fundamental principle that just underlies everything else that I have learned about what it takes to create and maintain these authentic relationships with people. And it's the one thing that changes everything, which is accepting, or not just accepting, welcoming what is. Okay, so what does that mean? I invite you right now to just take a moment to notice within yourself, what is it that you are feeling right now? What are you feeling? Are you feeling some boredom? Are you feeling some irritation? Are you feeling a little bit of curiosity? Whatever those feelings are, I invite you to welcome them. Are the emotions starting to change a little bit? I invite you to welcome that. Are there some emotions that you are feeling right now that you actually don't want to feel? So I invite you to welcome the fact that you don't want to feel the emotions. Now, why is this so important to welcome what is? If we can welcome what is, that's when we can act from this place of reality, this present moment truth. That, my friend, is the foundation of everything else. And in my next video, I'll be talking about how specifically you can apply that underlying principle to relationships. We'll be talking about that next step. So speaking about being open to the present reality, there are a lot of people out there, and you might be one of them, who thinks, I really get nervous about meeting new people. Huh? Yeah, I think that's actually most of us. So I invite you to welcome that fact about yourself, that you're thinking, I get really nervous about meeting new people. Because the thing is, I intentionally design these events with that in mind, knowing that people get nervous about meeting new people and giving people opportunities to be able to kind of baby step their way into becoming closer with other people and having these authentic relationships. Now, at one of the event that we had on Sunday, one of our newer members at the end said that what she really appreciated about the event was that she now had proof that she could show up as her authentic self and that she would be accepted. To me, that was a powerful, powerful moment. Because if you were just sitting at home isolating yourself, you are never going to have that proof. And you are going to be robbing yourselves of one of the greatest joys of life. So, I'll leave you with that for now. I will be sharing another video where I'll be sharing this concept of what can you do once you're welcoming what is the next step in establishing and creating these authentic relationships in your life. So I invite you to comment on this video wherever you are seeing it. I'm curious how this sits with you. Is this a concept that you've heard before? If you have, where have you heard it? Are you feeling kind of some challenges with it? Do you have any questions about that, or do you have any questions about the community? So please make your comments and any questions that you have, and I will be back with you in the next video.